very brief remarks and ask if maybe there's a couple of questions that you might have. Just to say that it's hotter than this in Phoenix today, so but it's a dry heat. We have so little water in Arizona, the trees chase the dogs. But I just paid a visit to the world's largest boar, Big Red, who weighs 1,203 pounds, and I was very impressed. It reminded me of our need to eliminate pork barrel spending in Washington. Last year was Waldo. He was a shrimp. He only weighed 1,197 pounds. So I'm happy to be with you, and I'd just like to say this is going to be an important part of the nominating process. The people of Iowa understand their responsibilities. We look forward to taking part in the caucuses, and I hope everybody, no matter what party they are, will turn out to vote, since that will be one of the key elements in the selection of the next President of the United States. Look, I want to eliminate pork barrel and wasteful spending. This bridge over the Mississippi River, where there was a tragic loss of lives, and we all mourn them. My friends, last year we passed a $50 billion transportation bill. $2 billion of it was pork. Not one penny. Not one penny was for bridge repair or inspection. But we spent $233 million of your money, to build a bridge in Alaska to an island with 50 people on it. That bridge over the Mississippi River had 200,000 cars a day went over it. How many do you think go over that $233 million bridge to an island with 50 people on it? It's disgraceful, and it's got to stop. And that message is brought to you by the Democratic National Committee. So,
with the higher temperatures, I would stay fair. Look through my $3 to stay hydrated and cool.
I want to mention one other issue with you, and I know it's very controversial, and I read the polls like everybody else. There will be a move in the middle of September to set a date for withdrawal for our troops from Iraq. I know that there are people here who agree with that. All my life, all my experience, and all my knowledge tells me that if we leave, there will be chaos and genocide in the region. We are winning with this new strategy. Donald Rumsfeld will go down in history as one of the worst secretaries of defense in history. We now have a great general. We now have the men and women who are succeeding. We must give them a chance to succeed. They will succeed, and the consequences of failure will be catastrophe. And my friends, I would much rather lose a campaign than lose a war. With that, I'd like to say thank you for listening. Thank you for being out here on this rather warm day. And if you have a question or a comment or an insult, I'd be more than happy to respond to it. Yes, sir.
Senator, on trade. Trade Promotion Authority expired, and the Democrats won't give it back to the president, although every president of both parties have had it, which means we can move forward. What's your position on TPA extension?
I believe in free trade. I'm for every free trade agreement that's ever been. I believe that the agriculture sector of Iowa can compete any place in the world with the highest quality product produced anywhere in the world, and my job is to open those markets so that Iowa products can get into those markets and be all over the world, and that'll be the best thing for the economy of the state of Iowa. And anybody who tells you that we should enact protectionism to other products coming into this country, you should be aware that other countries will erect barriers to Iowa's products into their country, and have no doubt about it. I'm a free trader, and I believe in it, and I believe that our products here in the state of Iowa, including Big Red, can compete any place in the world. I'll bet you there's not another pig in the world, a boar in the world as big as Big Red, nor as healthy. But anyway, so you can count on me. Yes, sir.
Senator McCain, you said, do we have any comments? I have a comment. I served in Vietnam like you did, and I just want to say on behalf of myself, and I think a lot of veterans, I'm so proud that you are running for this office, and it's my hope and my prayer that you will be elected to this office.
Thank you, sir. You know, I'll be traveling a lot around the state. If you're not busy, I'd like to take you with me, if you don't mind. We're going to be going all over the place. Thank you, sir. And again, look, I read the polls. I know how frustrated and sad Americans are about Iraq. It was terribly mishandled by Rumsfeld to the point where and I railed against it and I fought against it. This general is a great general. More important, the strategy is working, and we are winning. And our troops in Iraq are saying, let us win. Let us win. There'll be a big debate. Let us win. Yes, sir.
Hey,
Come here and you can speak in the microphone because your words are important.
Thanks for letting me ask a question, Senator McCain. I represent a group called Iowa for Healthcare, and we're a nonpartisan organization. We want all Americans to have quality, affordable healthcare. And I just would like to know, what specifically will you do to lower the cost of healthcare for everyone?
I will make healthcare affordable and available. I will not do it through a single-payer, big government system that there's a single payer. If you like that system, go and see what it's like in Canada and in England and other countries. My friends, my Democrat friends, most of them want this single-payer system, and they want to raise your taxes. Anybody here want their taxes raised? Please raise your hand. Good, great. You're not paying any, kids, so don't say that you are. Anyway, so look. We need to do a long series of things. Put healthcare records online, medical malpractice reform, tax dividends for low-income people, allow people to go from one job to another and keep their health insurance. An HMO patient's Bill of Rights, encouragement of health savings accounts. The list is long, but to listen to the siren song of a big payer, government single payer system is a siren song. I've seen that movie before, and I will fight against it, and it will, but we must make health care affordable and available to all Americans, but I think we need to do it without a big government solution. And medical malpractice is one of those. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I know what you're about. Go ahead. I know by your shirt. Please go ahead.
I agree with you that we need to cut waste in our government. So I want to ask you if you'll commit to saving taxpayers $5 billion a year by cutting our nuclear arsenal from 10,000 to 1,000 nuclear weapons.
You got a friend over there. I will do everything to modernize our nuclear weapons system. But I can tell you one thing right now, I will not do as one of the Democrat candidates just said, is take the nuclear option off the table under any circumstance. We used to call that unilateral disarmament. I don't want to ever use nuclear weapons under any circumstances, but to say you will never use it is I think, at best naive. So I will reform defense. I will reform it. I will cut back on defense spending because I will reform the way we do business in Washington in defense acquisition. We decided to buy a small Navy ship not long ago for $160 million. When it got up to $300 million, we canceled it. You know, everybody says they're going to reform government, and so do I. I'm the only one that the special interests aren't contributing to. They know I'm serious. I'm telling you, it's going to be a new day on defense acquisition. There will be no more cost-plus contracts when I'm President of the United States. Yes, sir.
Thank you. I just wanted to ask you, last year I traveled quite a bit, and I went to a lot of American cities. And I see in the United States where a lot of the American cities, their downtowns, 70% of the businesses will be closed. And what I just wanted to know is, we do a lot for everybody in the world. Americans would help anybody if they need help. What can you do for the United States people, the Americans, to help them when there's a lot of Americans here that need help, and our cities need help, and our people need help too?
Well, I think two of the ways is to provide every American with a quality education and affordable and available health care. I don't see how we'll ever compete in the world and continue the strongest economy in the world unless we have fundamental education reform, and of course Americans have to have affordable and available health care. Those are two of the ways that I would do it immediately. As far as the cities you mentioned, very quickly, I've been to some cities where there's enormous problems, and some of them are not their fault. I've been to other cities where they've had great government, city government and state government, and governments matters. My hometown of Phoenix now, they are revitalizing downtown Phoenix. I was just in Greenville, South Carolina. They are revitalizing Greenville, South Carolina. Thanks to the local mayor, the city council, and the people being involved in efforts